I was so sick of being alone and going to weddings by myself.
I couldn't figure out why I was successful at everything else in my life but couldn't find love.
I was thoroughly convinced my picker was broken because I chose the wrong men over and over and over again.
I was so embarrassed that I wasn't married that I buried myself in my work and pretended I was happy.
If this sounds familiar, you're in the right place.
Welcome to Love Notes, a show where we bring the art of lasting love to a world of modern women. I'm Tricia Bennett, aka The Shrink.
And I'm Heidi Bertram, otherwise known as Love Bucket.
This program is designed to help you live your best life. In each episode, we will share with you the secrets to finding and keeping lasting love and living your dreams. Our purpose is to inspire you to love your life and move the world. Are you ready to live your dreams? Will you do what it takes?
This show is a place for women to come together and receive from, inspire, and renew one another. And we will offer you many opportunities to do that each time we come together. We like to think of the Love Notes journey as an internal self-care spa that's designed specifically just for you. So welcome.
We begin each show with a reading that summarizes why Heidi and I are sitting here today, why we are committed to bringing the art of lasting love to women, and reflects how we hold you and all women in our hearts. It's called The Goddess Within.
And it goes like this. When a woman has owned her passionate nature, her thoughts grow wild and fierce and beautiful. Her juices flow. She has thrown off crutch and compromise. She has glimpsed the enchanted kingdom, the vast and magical realm of the goddess within her. Here all things are transformed, and there is a purpose to this, that the world might be mothered back to a glorious state. When a woman conceives her true self, a miracle occurs and life around her begins again. And that's from Marianne Williamson's book, called A Woman's Worth.
Our motto here is a dream without an action plan is just a nice idea. We invite you to take our motto on for yourself. You'll hear us repeating things a lot around here. We believe that staying in action is the best way to achieve your goals, and I don't know about you, but I have to hear things many, many times before they sink in. On our program, we'll be offering you many ways to stay in action toward manifesting your dreams. And if you're a note taker, you may want to have a pad and pen or your laptop available.
We will be giving homework and offering challenges for those of you who are courageous enough to accept them, and we'll be inviting you to join us on live calls and in person at local coffees. The more you are in action, as Tricia just said, the closer you will be to finding and creating the love that you want and to living the life of your dreams. We'll also be discussing one of the many secrets to lasting love, or love notes as we like to call them, that we have received over the past 20 years. Each one is guaranteed to move you closer to your dreams.
So today's topic is the roadmap to happy. And one of the things that you may notice is that Heidi and I both have agendas. We feel like the love reporters. We bring our agendas with us because we named the program Love Notes because we've been taking notes for 20 years from happily, successfully married women. And when we bring the material that they so generously gave to us to you, we don't want to miss one juicy tidbit. So when we're reading, we're making sure that we're not missing anything that we know you need to hear. So again, the topic for today is the roadmap to happy. And the love note is, don't wait for happiness to find you. Take happiness wherever you go. This week we asked women a question on the topic of happiness, and the answers we got were so wonderful that we're actually going to ask the question to you right now so that you can think about answering it for yourself. So the question is, what did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes?
I love that one. And so once again, audience members, what did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Here's what women shared, and it was absolutely fabulous because we were on a phone call, a coaching call, and when they were sharing, we could feel the joy oozing through the phone lines. And we could see, and actually, it almost was like everybody ignited their inner child. So wait till you hear what they shared. So what made some of these women's hours pass like minutes? Picking blueberries, doing gymnastics, playing with friends, Barbie dolls, singing and dancing, playing board games and outdoor games, laying down in fields of wild flowers, finding magical creatures as they looked up into the clouds, those white puffy clouds. They were trying to see if they could see horses and all sorts of fun objects. They were looking for lizards in the woods, splashing in the ocean, building sandcastles. They were doing hopscotch, double dutch, playing with trucks, riding bikes all day long, reading the Sunday funnies, playing dress up and performing plays for the neighborhood, and I was actually chasing the ice cream truck from street to street, and that absolutely brought me joy to figure out what street I could find the ice cream truck so I could get that popsicle. Our question actually comes from a quote that has a second line, and it goes like this: "Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits," by Carl Jung.
So when we asked these women to tell us the things that made the hours pass like minutes, as Heidi was saying, you could actually feel the joy coming through the phone. You could feel people's senses being ignited. They remembered the smells and the laughter and the fun that they had and the beauty that they saw and the joy that they shared with their friends. So we invite you to take some time to list these things for yourself. When you were a child, what did you do that made the hours pass like minutes? So I'm going to start talking about our topic, the roadmap to happy, with a quote. And that quote is from a woman named Sister Deborah. "Happiness does not come from the pursuit of things. It is a condition of the soul." So about 15 years ago, I spent a couple of years living in Los Angeles, and I went to this wonderful church called Agape. And every week at this church, they would have a teacher come in from a different denomination and do the service. And one week, they had a nun come in to do the service. And she walked up to the podium and she asked us a question. And she said, "I'm going to ask you all a question. How many of you have prayed for something and received it?" We all raised our hands. And then she said, "And how many of you have prayed for something, received it, and then wished you didn't?" And everybody in the congregation, there were probably 2,000 people there, raised their hands and started laughing. So the point of her sermon that day was that happiness is not found in things. It's not found in people, places, or things. We might pray for a husband or a child. We might pray for a house or a new car. We might pray for a better job. And once we get those things, the fact of the matter is they don't always guarantee happiness. So if the things that we wish for in terms of sort of concrete things in life aren't the source of happiness, what is the source of happiness? And we asked ourselves that over the past several years, and what we've really come to believe is that happiness comes from within. It's a condition of our soul. It's a feeling that comes within us, from within, in a certain way. It's a way that we choose to feel about life, that the glass is half full, half empty, or overflowing. Thinking of a thing that makes you smile creates that kind of energy within you. Happiness is a way of being that we choose each day. We create or cultivate our own happiness by choosing to move in the direction of or away from things that make us happy. Here are two of my favorite facts about happiness. And I'm not sure very many of you will know this because I didn't, and they are such great fun things to know. The first one that is that happiness is actually contagious. Just like sneezing and coughing and spreading germs. There was a study released by Harvard Medical School and UC San Diego showing that happiness actually spreads through social networks, and they said sort of like a virus, meaning that your happiness can influence people that you've never even met. There's a great little sort of saying about life that if you spend 1 hour a day taking care of yourself, that it will add 3 hours on to your day in terms of effectiveness and vitality. And so my thought there relating to happiness is that if you can spend 1 hour a day really working on cultivating happiness, you can spread happiness to people that are miles away from you. So I love that. Number one fun fact, happiness is contagious. I encourage you to spread it. The second fact that I love about happiness is that our mind does not know the difference between thinking a thought and actually experiencing something. So when we think about things that make us happy, we don't actually know whether our mind doesn't know whether we're experiencing those things or just thinking about it. We have the same feeling, we have the same physical response to actually doing that. That's why if you're a person who loves to ski and you see a gorgeous picture of mountains, you go, ah, and you can picture yourself there skiing. Your mind does not know the difference between thinking about the mountains and being there. Same with the beach. If you love the ocean and you have a beautiful picture of the ocean on the wall in your house, every time you look at it, you don't know the difference in your feeling and being and spiritual state of whether you're looking at that picture or you're actually sitting on the beach. So in terms of happiness, having things in our life that surround us, that remind us of the things that make us happy, actually create that state within our body. And one of the things that we do with women a lot is we encourage them to make vision collages. If they have a dream of something that they want to manifest, to start creating visual representations of their dreams and putting them out where they can see them. Because remember, your mind does not know the difference between looking at pictures in a magazine and being there. So I'm going to turn it over to Heidi to talk about how she has worked on putting things in her environment to move her toward her dreams.
Thanks, Tricia. As Tricia said, happiness is an inside job, and I think for me, I didn't quite get that. Since we've been on this journey, it's been fantastic because I was looking for happiness externally. Job titles, as you say, I thought being in action constantly, go, 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 would be the thing that would bring me happiness. And first thing was, the minute I just said, as you said, thoughts become things, I just chose it. I am choosing to be happy. And some people don't know what I'm smoking sometimes. I'm like, what are you on? And they said, where do you get that happy from? And I have visual aids throughout my home to remind me to stay focused on happiness. So for example, I have a rock that says happiness. And when I actually look at this rock, it makes me smile. And what it also has me do is it has me reflect on what are the things, what are those things that I'm absolutely grateful for? What throughout the day, and I write in a gratitude journal every single morning because I realized this makes me happy. So I do an inventory of the day, the previous day, and say, what happened yesterday that had me put a smile on my face? And it could be as simple as my neighborhood in my neighborhood, there are two girls who are twins. And they come running to my car every day and go, "Hi, Daddy, Daddy!" And they have those little sneakers that flash and have this electric, looks like sparkles coming from them. And they wrap their arms right around me and say, "Heidi, how are you?" And they spin in their cute little outfits. They may have a pink outfit on and say, "I'm totally surrounded in pink." And when I write in my journal and I say, what had me think of happiness yesterday? What was I grateful for? Where did I smile? That energy from those twins carries into my soul and my spirit. So I recommend having a visual aid. So this happiness one is a great reminder for me to not only choose happiness every day, but it reminds me to write in my gratitude journal and be grateful for all the things that did make me smile. So that's right in my bedroom. In my kitchen, I have two more rocks. As you can see, my visual aids come in rock solid forms.
Heidi and I are beach girls.
And this one says, create joy. Once again, I have all these little reminders around my house. And when I look and I'm making dinner or washing the dishes, I just remind myself to stay focused in the energy of joy. And believe it or not, as Tricia said, the minute you think it happens. And one gift that women in our circles gave us, and we love passing this on to everybody else, for those of you who have never done a vision board, I suggest grabbing whatever magazine is currently around you, whether it be Real Simple or Runner's World, grab it and just start flipping through the pages, because there's going to be an image that pops out of that page. Believe it or not, those images do, those different pictures pop out. So I brought what I feel is an amazing gift to myself. I brought what is an amazing gift to myself in that I create a vision board, and this particular vision board represented all the feelings I wanted to possess in my life. And Tricia helped me with this one. There's a woman who is from the 50s. She actually looks like me. It's like Doris Day gone wild with a hula hoop. So what I discovered was that feeling that this woman, she's smiling while she's hula hooping. When I see this every single morning, because this is in my bedroom, I want to get up and start hula hooping. And as a matter of fact, 3 days ago, I was shopping with my younger sister for a shower gift, and we were in the toy section, and there were hula hoops. I grabbed the hula hoops and started to hula hoop in a really fun local department store. But I want my life to be balanced. I want to have action plans where I put myself first. This one's great, my best body. So for your audience members, this is what I put: your best body for me. 8 amazing moves to strengthen arms, abs, backs, and legs. I just see myself as this really fit woman when I see this, like your best body. I'm excited about knowing that I can actually have a fit body. And the one that makes me smile too is giggle. I mean, in every single day, as I said, it's sort of fun to have something to look forward to that would make me giggle. And the twins in my neighborhood absolutely make me giggle. So Tricia, thanks, because you helped inspire me to put all of those things that I love on a vision board.
And I just want to say, while Heidi's holding that next to herself, they translate back and forth. Heidi and her collage are sort of one and the same. So if you really work on finding images that authentically speak to you, and just remember, your heart doesn't know the difference between whether you're living those things or whether you're looking at them. So once you put them on paper, they begin to become real. So thanks for sharing that, Heidi.
You're welcome. And one of our teachers that we love, who is Mike Dooley, said, live your dreams today to the degree you already can. So for example, when I see this girl hula hooping, this woman hula hooping, she's quite fit. as I said, I grabbed that hula hoop at that department store and started hula hooping. I wasn't going to wait for a hula hoop class. That's my next step.
Yeah.
But
right.
you want to just start. It's all about being in action.
Yeah.
So I challenge all of our audience members, grab a magazine, grab a poster board, and the gifts that you'll see, the magic that will unfold is incredible.
So thanks, Heidi. And Heidi mentioned Mike Dooley from Thoughts from the, he writes Thoughts from the Universe. If you don't receive those, you might want to at tut.com. They're free, they're fun, they're inspirational daily thoughts. Mike Dooley says, thoughts become things, choose the good ones. So it is amazingly powerful when you let that sink in. I have a few inspirational quotes on happiness that I hope will make you smile. Happiness is the most attractive form of beauty. Happiness is trusting the voice that speaks from within, the practice of listening and the practice of risk-taking. Happiness is the courage to let go of things that don't support joy, to move away from things that are not making us happy. Happiness is not a temporary or random state of being. It is a chosen way of being. It is choosing to see life as a chore or life as a gift. Happiness is a choice we make each day until it becomes who we are. Don't wait for happiness to find you. Take happiness with you wherever you go.
I love that one. Absolutely love that one. So I have my rock to remind me to do that.
And I have my necklace that says happiness on it, and I wear it every day.
Recently we polled women and asked them this question. So you can see, you almost get a sense of what we love to do. We love to present these different questions to women to get them to start thinking about what is that they love. So the inside, happiness is an inside job. Guess what happens when the question is presented to you? You have to stop and think and reflect from the inside. So here's the question we asked a group of women. If happiness comes from within, how do you know that you are moving in the direction of happiness? What do you do to stay on track? And I'm going to repeat the question so that you can think about it for yourself. So audience, just take a few minutes. If you're washing dishes or you've got the vacuum cleaner in hand as you're watching this episode, sit down, sit still, because it's important that you give yourself time to go inside. So once again, here's the question. If happiness comes from within, how do you know that you are moving in the direction of happiness? And what do you do to stay on track? And I'm going to share, which is always fun, we get to share what some of the women said. And the first one, how different women move in the direction of happiness, is 1, by being still. 2, a meditation class. 3, doing what makes your heart sing. 4, choosing happiness. Having faith. Doing yoga. Exercising, socializing with friends, being grateful, as I mentioned earlier, that's one of mine, removing yourself from negative people and situations. And we talk a lot about that. What a gift to just say, is this person contributing to my life, or am I feeling drained every time I'm in their presence?
Yeah, are they filling my tank or emptying it?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness is joy, fun, and healing. It is dog walks, singing and dancing. It's connecting with people. It's appreciating kindness. It's writing thank you notes. That's one of mine as well. I love to write thank you notes. I love to put a smile on people's face when they go to that post office box and they actually have a thank you note versus a bill. It's being of service and making a difference. It is taking risks and doing one thing every day that scares you. Believe it or not, we sometimes get in a rut and we do the same thing over and over and over again. But when you stop and say, what is that one thing that I've wanted to do and I'm just stuck? When women share with us that they actually took a risk and did something that they've been waiting to do for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, they're elated. So we're going to also challenge you, do one thing every day that scares you. It's asking for help from a friend and receiving exactly what you needed. So we've given you enough time to sit with this question. What is your answer?
We're so happy that you joined us today. Women always tell us that they wish they had thought about these things and received this information decades ago. We wish we did too, but we're happy that we have it now. They also ask us how to begin to bring this wisdom to young girls, to their daughters, and to younger women. On our website, we offer ideas on how to share each of our topics with girls and young women.
We promised you homework and challenges. Are you ready? Here's your homework. And I know that dreaded H word. Sometimes when we were in school, we're like, oh no, homework. But it's the homework that advanced us towards our degrees and towards achieving our dreams. So here's your homework. Number 1 is to revive your childhood memories of joy and create a vision board of things that make you smile. And post it where you can see it. As I mentioned, I have my vision board right in my bedroom. So create that vision board and put it up where you can see it. Don't put it in a closet where you can't. Actively choose happiness each day for the next 30 days and watch what happens. And find that visual aid. If you need to have a happiness rock or find a rock and just write the word happiness on it, take that on. As always, the keys to manifesting your dreams is staying in action, not quitting and being accountable to yourself and other women. We hope that you will practice placing daily attention on your dreams and watching the miracles unfold. And they will. So when they do, please let us know. We love hearing about miracles. So please if you wouldn't mind, once again, our email is BeMoreYou@live.com. If a miracle happens and you are in action towards your dreams and you start to see the results, send us an email so we can get excited with you.
If you like what you've heard on our show and you're interested in being more actively involved with our ever-growing worldwide community of women, please visit our website at BeMoreYou.co and look for Love Notes TV in the menu. Make sure to scroll all the way down to that page for the homework for each episode, extra credit for those of you who are that kind of gals, and much more. And remember, this show is for you. If you have questions you want us to answer or topics you'd like us to cover, email us at BeMoreYou@live.com. And we receive many questions every week. We thank you all for reaching out, and we want you to know that we'll do our best to try to answer them. We also believe that every woman's question is usually all women's question, so we will be answering questions anonymously without names or details, so don't worry about being identified if you submit us a question.
Great, thanks Trish. And if you're a man watching our program today, we hope that you've been inspired. Feel free to submit any questions that you have about relationship to us, and we will do our best to answer them for you. If there are women in your life who you feel would benefit from our program, please let them know about us.
Great, thanks. So it's time for our closing, and we're going to close with a reading and dream cards, and remind you that finding true love and living your dreams is never a selfish pursuit. Our closing reading is called The Search for Contentment. The search for contentment is not merely a self-preserving and self-benefiting act, but also a generous gift to the world. Clearing all of your misery out gets you out of the way. You cease being an obstacle not only to yourself, but to anyone else. Only then are you free to serve and enjoy others. And that's from Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Eat, Pray, Love. And we love our dream cards. We pick them every morning. So these are the ones we opened before this meeting, before our show today. And Heidi, you want to go first?
I would love to. So I chose a dream card. And for those of you who would like to open a dream card every day yourself, the Hallmark stores, usually the local Hallmark stores, have these little goodies. So it says dream on the front, and on the back it says pursue your dreams. So this gift is for not only us, but for you as well. Don't be afraid of the space between your dreams and reality. If you can dream it, you can make it so. And that's by Belva Davis.
And mine says, savor the moment. And on the inside it says, if you woke up this morning, it's time to celebrate. And that's by Joe Takish. So thank you again for being here. We enjoy every minute we spend with you. Thanks for having the courage that it takes to follow your heart and live your dreams. We hope to see you next time, and between now and then, remember, you are uniquely beautiful. There is no one else on earth like you. Until we meet again,
allow yourself to be gorgeous. Woohoo!
Production support provided by Medfield.tv. Access to our community.